Evening to your viewers. I am not. And it will seem, if they said that, I am sure that they are good men and women, their hearts are in the right place, but their brains are in the wrong place. I think they were consulting the same people they were talking to who were telling them we're going to win in a landslide. I think this is a very bad decision, doesn't serve the party well. And like the speaker said, it's anti-democratic because for general principles as well as even the party's own principles, that it generally does not make sense to select your flag bearer that early in an election cycle when the government that came in would have spent barely a year in office. The issues that will be salient in the next election have not developed yet. And historically, most parties don't do that. If you think about it, if the Republicans had chosen Trump or they had chosen a candidate in 2022 for 2024, it would not have been Trump because he was very unpopular. But as the election cycle developed, he gained traction because his message seemed to resonate with the issues. After all, we don't vote in a vacuum. In 1860, Lincoln wasn't very popular when the cycle started. By the time it came around, slavery was coming to the fore and it was getting stronger. Jimmy Carter wouldn't have been the candidate if they voted in 1973. By 76, he was a strong candidate. And not only that, the NPP's own history. You look at the Hyman Committee in 2009 and the Safumafu Committee in 2020 have all strongly suggested that we broaden the franchise so more people can vote. And it actually in 2010 or so, I was in the room when Nanado and Alanche Martin and all those people committed to ask the young ones that one man, one vote was coming during the next election, and a decade later, it hasn't come. It will seem as if there are some people who are afraid of everybody voting. So when I see all those people going through contorted arguments about how we should have former chairman and this boy like Kwabena Japan, I will ask him, why are we afraid of letting everybody vote?
But Doc, sorry to interrupt you. We've already heard Kwabena Japan, for instance, saying that he's one of those asking for a lot more people to be allowed to vote, including former executives from as far back as 1992. And it is the reason the party has also decided to have that conference on the 19th of July this year, for instance.
It's not the reason. If he was pushing, he should push for everybody to vote. Why is it that we can go through all the contortions of adding people from 92 and 94 and why don't we just let everybody who is a party member vote? That is democracy. The people you want to vote for you in the general election, I say let them vote now. And of course, in the general election, when people are going to vote, we don't ask them for money. We don't ask whether they can pay dues. Let's open it. Let's democratize like the Americans do. As soon as you declare support for a political party, you are entitled to vote in this primary.
Doc, let me get again this clarity before I come to Mr. Adamu. You're saying that the party should do away with the electoral college?
Yes, everybody who is a party member or declares support for the party should be entitled to vote, just like they will be entitled to vote and we canvass their votes in general elections.
But you just referred to the elections in the U.S., and the U.S. has electoral college. So is that not a contradictory argument you're making, Doc?
No, I'm talking about party members who vote. It is the counting of the votes that involves an electoral college, and I can take you through how the electoral college works. But I'm talking about general party members taking part in the choice of their candidates, the same people whom we would canvass and ask to come and vote for us in general elections. That's what I'm talking about.
And I'll come back to you, Doc. I want to